Okay.
We'd like to talk a little bit about the future of Sailing Aquarius and what we're going to be doing in the future.
Yes. As you know, after 8 years of sailing and circumnavigating, we got quite a few questions. What's next?
Basically, what we'd like to do is we'd like to help people like you get into sailing, going into other countries, teach you the ins and outs of cruising life, and if you need help buying a boat, if you need help selling a boat, equipping a boat, or just basically
Learning the essentials, how the couples function on a boat, because it was just two of us who circumnavigated all the way. We didn't have crew, we didn't have anybody helping us. And so it's basically two of us who had to come up with solutions when some problems arise.
But the good thing for us is we had Jimp and Lonnie for 2 months help us learn the ropes. If we didn't have them, I don't know what would have happened, but probably not much.
Not much. That's well said.
Yeah, I think we would have probably made it about 6 months on the boat and we wouldn't have made our first crossing and we'd be done. I see a lot of other people, starting to try to get into this lifestyle and they get stuck in a marina for years or a boatyard for years. We were dismasted. We got this thing back up and running in a couple months.
2 months.
I think that shows that we want to keep going. We want to keep moving. And there is a way to do it. But some people just get caught up in the minutia and then they don't move forward. And I think that's one of the biggest problems, knowing what you need to change, when you need to change it, rather than, I got to do everything. No, at some point you just got to cut the line that, hooks you to the dock and just go out and experience.
Yes. The other thing I noticed when we started sailing in 8 years ago, in 2017, it was only so many sailors, and most of them were retired people with a lot of experience in boating and sailing. And nowadays, especially after pandemics, there's so many more young people sailing, and another huge wave of new sailors, young sailors, I noticed when Starlink came into the market.
Well, now you can work with Starlink just about anywhere.
So why I say that? Because new generation boats are built upon the different standards, and there's so many more sailors. So I think it's hard to find a good boat. Yet, it is still hard to sell your boat. There is a saying that there are 2 happy days in a sailor's life: when you buy the boat and when you sell the boat.
Interestingly, the people we featured on our channel never saw it as an issue selling their boat. In fact, they felt that we were helping them sell their boat.
Hey Greg, how are you doing?
Doing well, Ken. How are you today?
Doing good, Wendy.
Good.
Looking lovely as usual.
So here's Greg and Wendy. I saw them after 3 or 4 years now, I think. Something like 2020. 2020, yeah, 4. Almost. Almost. And so you believe we helped to sell your boat, right?
Yeah. Yes. Ken, we did some videos with Ken over the period, and it was through one of the videos that we did that the purchaser of our boat actually saw Ken and I talking, and Wendy, about the boat, and that sort of added to his desire to come and look at our boat when we were selling it.
Yeah, and it spurred him on to, we did a video call with him after he'd seen us talking about the boat on your channel, so on that video. So he's felt comfortable in that, just talking to us the way that we'd spoken to Ken, basically. And he liked the boat, you know, so he was a bit of a hound as far as seeking out information.
One of the boat buyers, currently our Patreon, admitted that our video of SY Eleuthera played a major role in his decision to choose this particular boat.
It's kind of cool to do a tour of Eleuthera.
Here's what he wrote.
Captain Ken and Admiral Zivile of Sailing Aquarius had a major influence on both my decision to pursue an Amel Super Marimu and my confidence in owning SY Eleuthera. Their videos, especially Tips on Tuesday, offered practical advice, inspiration, and the reassurance that I, too, could manage and maintain such a vessel. From upgrades like forward-looking sonar to a lithium battery setup, their shared experiences shaped many of my choices and gave me the courage to turn a dream into reality. I'm truly grateful for their guidance and generosity.
What majority of brokers do, you are lucky if they do really good footage and pictures of your boat, but basically they just put on the website. Most likely it's a Yacht World, and then that's it. They look for the clients. We can do that even better with our channel, with our media and following. We have 47,000 subscribers and going up. Also, our past experiences, it's a big help.
I was an engineer.
You are an engineer.
I guess I'm still electrical engineer.
Once an engineer, always engineer.
Yeah, and then I've got a pilot's license, instrument rating.
You had 3 businesses. You have, Ken is actually a patent holder. Yeah, so all of this, you know, it adds up. It gives a better understanding. I have MBAs. I worked for Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, Cisco. I was business development manager. I worked in real estate, commercial and residential. So when it comes to the process from the beginning to the end, we do the capacity to take care of that. And I actually have coaching certification as well. So if there is anything, you know, related to why women want or don't want to go sailing, we can look into that too, and maybe even talk.
So, like she said, even the personal relationship problems that you're going to run into when you're on a boat, and there's a lot of them. So
What? That's a surprise.
That's not a surprise. I think most people know. It's like we were in New Zealand. We saw one person throwing all the clothes and everything of their spouse off the boat. So we've seen it all, and we've experienced a lot. So if you think that we might be able to help you, drop us a line on our website, email at sailingaquarius.com.
Yes. The other couple things I would like to mention. So we are not attached only to ML boats. We are not attached only to monohulls. As we mentioned, we circumnavigated, and this experience we accumulated. It's not only from our experience, it's also from other people's, because you probably noticed we are very social and like to hang out with a lot of people. We do boat tours, and I think it's only 1% of the boat tours that make it. A lot of people don't want to do it due to their privacy and so on. Sometimes we don't have enough time to do that. But what I also wanted to mention, like why we might be better than the brokers in some cases. So let's say you want to sell a boat and there is a quick fix that could improve your boat value, and we can connect you with the suppliers. We might be even able to negotiate a discount, and we would love to document all the process, how it was installed, how it was fixed. And I can tell you, any new buyer would appreciate seeing how it was done, rather than, you know, the perception is that you just basically patch it and hide the defects. So this one would be a big benefit. It doesn't matter if you are a seller or if you are a buyer. We can try to do our best to find the services, negotiate the discounts, and sometimes some service providers or product makers might give you a discount just because it's going to be, the product might be featured on the YouTube video. So that's another thing that is a big plus, I believe.
The main thing that we're looking for in selling boats is we'd like to come in, interview the owner, find out how the boat was used, put everything on video. Then what we'd like to do is sail the boat, you know, show what needs to be done, and then sell the boat. But I think that it's going to be a joint effort between the seller and us to actually make a video for their boat that really shows what kind of boat that is and what its capabilities are. And, you know, then we'll try to sell the boat to the right type of buyer.
Yes. And I believe every buyer would appreciate seeing an interview with a seller. I believe it gives credibility. It gives a better understanding of how he was treating his boat, the seller. So there's a lot of benefits for that, I believe. And we do not envision this being some big sales, just one boat after the other. I think we will be selling, especially the first year, maybe like 3 boats a year, and we will be absolutely fine with that. It's something that we truly love, and we want to help. Ken been doing that for ages.
Ken, your shackle is working perfectly. Thank you. You bet. I've got no chafe. It's not going to bang on anything, and I think it'll hold me. Cool. Very pleased. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Peter. My boat is Amel 54. Some time ago I had a big problem with my main sail winch, and it was in open sea. I called to my friends from Sailing Aquarius, and Captain Ken immediately gave me all full information about that winch, and I have successfully fixed it. So thank you very much, Sailing Aquarius. Thank you very much, my friends, Captain Ken and Cyril.
My name is John Dennis. I sail at our 56 motor sailor, which has been in similar waters to Aquarius, Ken Pars and Isabel for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. And over that time, we've come to know each other fairly well. Ken's been helping me on our boat with different challenges, broken equipment, repairing water boilers, electronic issues, electrical issues, plumbing issues, sailing issues, and I found a useful resource. We all accumulate different experiences in sailing, and his experiences are different than mine, and I found him always willing to share, and a very useful resource and person to seek advice for, and always willing to step up and help out a fellow sailor. He's good at what he does.
My name's Chris, and this is
Jennifer,
and we own Skylark. It's our ML54, and we just want to give a big shout out to Ken and Isabel on Aquarius. We first met them in Thailand in, when was it, 2020, during the COVID lockdowns, and since then they've been a big help to us, especially Ken with his technical advice specific to Mel. One specific example was right after we did our first sea drive service in Thailand. I trusted a mechanic to do it, and within 2 months it started to leak water into the sea drive. So we had to do an emergency haul out. And that time I wanted to make sure it was done properly, so I did it myself and spent hours on the phone with Ken, just making sure that everything was perfect. So yeah, if you're looking for any technical advice on your boat, or specifically your Mel, I have no hesitation in recommending Ken.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you guys.
Our Patreons was able to call Ken basically anytime and get any advice, and I believe a couple of them will give their feedback.
And I have followed and been a Patreon of Aquarius from the beginning. Since 2018, we frequently meet in USA for sushi, and in 2019, we also met with our boats in Vanuatu, South Pacific. I appreciate the tips on Tuesday, boat review videos, etc. I know Ken is somebody who is always ready to help another sailor. Q1 2024, I broke my ankle in a motorcycle accident while my boat arrived in Miami on a yacht transporter from New Zealand. Ken immediately offered to fly to Miami to motor my boat from the yacht transporter to a berth in the FT Lauderdale Marina. For 3 months last year, we buddy sailed in the Caribbean, and more than once Ken jumped either in the water to swim over or dinghied over to help my inexperienced crew with moorings. Zivile also has a lot to contribute based on her 7 years actual sailing Aquarius under all kinds of weather conditions. Both have a lot to teach, show, explain, etc. to people who are considering living as full-time blue water cruisers. Best regards, Tune, April 2nd. When I bought my ML, I did not have a clip on the top of the Genoa swivel to secure the ballooner mouse, as the first owner of the boat didn't want to have the ML pole system. I purchased the poles myself and had to order from ML that clip that is connected to the swivel. With Ken professional help, I was able to fit it perfectly on the swivel and was guided on how the system is set. On top of that, Ken helped me service the bow thruster and installing the silicone seals. Ken's invaluable knowledge helped gaining confidence in maintaining my vessel and is always one phone call away when I need any advice.
So that's how we envision this, and you can always ask more questions in the comments below. You can give your suggestions or your thoughts and ideas if you feel so. But again, we live in this, we enjoy this, and we want to help others to do the same.
I agree with that.
If you like this video, give us a like down below and click here to subscribe. That really helps us. And if you want to watch more of us, click one of those.
They said they came from Spanish.